Hey guys, what is up? It is your boy, Sainty DJ, and we are back, finally, and we are playing some Minecraft. And today we're going to be exploring the town of Timberline, and this was featured in Open Season. So, Timberline is the rural town that Open Season is based around, and it's basically like a little hunting town and just really low key. Like, they're not into advancements, they just like the old country living. So, unfortunately, we couldn't get our banners working. For some reason, the Flows HD pack that I'm using, the resource pack at the moment, it doesn't banners don't work. It's really weird, and I'll show you because I used another banner, and that seems to work. I don't know. It's just a bit weird, but anyway, we have the sign. But in case you don't have it, it's not working. You got a nice little sign telling you right here. So this town is featured in my world, and it's just off the mountain. So I think if you've been watching the last few episodes, you can see we've been doing a few builds around this massive mountain that we've done. And this mountain is kind of like, I wanted to do the tiger biome, really, like have all the big spruce trees. I want to do like a redwood type theme. So to continue on with that theme, I thought this town would fit in really nicely. So it is all, I'll put up a image now. I've done it to match exactly as it is kind of in the movie, but obviously there are a few things like interiors, exteriors that we don't always get to see. So I did my best, but I think I nailed it. So as we first go into town, you'll notice the big sign. You'll notice that this is kind of a small town, but it's doing well, and we have a residential area just off to the side there. But first we have the petrol station. Nothing too crazy. I decided to use some of these copper blocks, as you know, now we finally updated our game and we are featuring the 1.17 update. And then on the right here, I believe we have just a store. I didn't know what to put in here. This is one of the first stores I made, and I was a bit, I don't know, I just kind of went for it. So it is a 3-story, I believe. Yeah. So up the top is just an attic. The next one we have a jeweler store, and then up above just logs. I don't know. Maybe they're planning to make another store up there. But yeah, we just got the Timberline. We've made sure that everything is Timberline's jeweler, Timberline's thrift store, and this is just a basic little, I guess, second-hand store. Unfortunately, we didn't come up with an idea with this. I think we're just going to leave this blank like we have with every other building that we couldn't find something for. But yeah, I didn't even put a floor in, so that's quite embarrassing. But and then of course there are buildings that wrap around, and I'm sorry if it gets a bit framey or you can hear clicking sounds in the background. Unfortunately, we couldn't configure the controller, so I'm using the keyboard, and I've got a bit of a loud keyboard. So anyway, we got Timberline's mattresses, just another basic store. We got Timberline's health hub. Now this is really cool. This is pretty much their doctors and stuff, dentists and all that in the one, because it's such a small town. You don't really need it all. We've got like a dumpster side part. Nothing too crazy there. We have our coffee, and this is actually one of my favorite shops building. And we're also using I think it's dynamic leaves or something. I might have to double check with that, but basically it just makes your leaves look a lot more bushier, and it looks awesome. So yeah, I wanted to do a nice little coffee theme over here. And we have, I believe it's the ice cream store, is it not? Yes. So we've decided not to kind of use as much light. I don't want to be using sea lanterns or glowstone as much, and I wanted to kind of give the candles a try. So I think that turned out really nicely. And then over here, I'm going to try and whoosh by these stores, just the basic ones. It's just a museum. There's legit just glass doors and a bedroom up top. I think it's the same. There's just a bedroom pretty much, maybe. Not too sure. Just another candle store. I thought, why not? Another museum. These buildings are actually identical. They just flipped around using good old World Edit. We have the dentist. Oh, never mind. The dentist is here. And we have like a comic book store. Kind of actually inspired by The Simpsons. I like the style there. And then we have instruments. I do love these two buildings that kind of just stand out. We even have like a DJ and a disco light up there. Just in case if people want to get down. But everything else, these two are pretty much the brightest colors, I believe. We have a few more down here. I decided to use the what's this called? It's Warped or something. I don't think this is part of the new update, but there's pretty much an escape room, and I'm not going in because it's pitch black. It's a little maze. It doesn't lead anywhere. It just you go to a dark room pretty much. Timberline's Bank. So we have the tellers on the other side. We have two vaults, obviously holding a fair bit of money. We have Italia, which is basically the pizza joint in this town. We have over here a court, just really basic, nothing too crazy, and just mechanic, empty at the moment. And we have the ranger office over here. So this is where I would assume Boog's mum or whatever she wants to be called in the show. I assume that's where she'd be working because they need their own little area. We have the bonsai store, and another one of my favorite stores. I do like the roof designer. There are a few stores I got a bit of inspiration for, but it's kind of hard to keep that inspiration going for every build. So we have the Timberline's fire department, and I think there's just no vacancy. Yeah, nothing inside here. And we have Timberline's kitchen appliances, another empty store. Timberline, oh my god, I can't speak. Timberline's law firm. There's another empty building. Council. And over here is Puny Mart. So this is one of the stores that was very featured in the movie, and I think I've done a pretty good job at mimicking it. So this is a store that Boog and Elliot entered in when they got a bit too high on chocolate and they went crazy. So we got like a little popcorn machine. This is just a sponge that I used, and we have a, I guess like a slushy or slurpee, whatever you want to call it. So we got lemonade, cola, or maybe yeah, whichever way you want to do it. We got like a gumball machine. I thought this was really cool with this emerald block. The cash register. We got the fridges at the back. One is unfortunately a bit watery at the moment, not doing its job. But yeah, so I think I nailed this one really well, and I wanted to, as this was such a big part in the movie, and it's one of the scenes that you can actually see the entire interior for. But as well, I am using Flows HD as my resource pack, just in case if any of you guys wanted to know and maybe have a go at that. And then over here, a few more stores. I think it's just crafts. No vacancy again. Bookstore, sorry. A glass and more. Aquarium, nothing crazy. There's no actual fish there. It's just these things. Coral and that. We got a preschool, or a school, sorry. This one actually turned out really nicely. Do like the design. I love this. I love the little playgrounds at the back. And oh, this is awesome. I love these bushes. I love that they look so much more realistic. Nice little market. Nothing crazy there either. I think it's just another firm, yeah. And we got obviously the azaleas, I think it is, and they are looking awesome with this. I can't think of, but it just makes every leaf in the game so much more realistic. Like with the spruce as well, they have their own designs. The spruce kind of goes up in a triangle form, which you can see how cool this looks, especially once you get to the top. Has a nice little finish there. But anyway, let's get down. This is just the residential area, nothing too crazy on these builds, just because I think I lost a lot of motivation, and I hate it when that happens, but unfortunately it does happen with these big builds. You can only go so far with it, but I had to finish it to the end. So a few of them are copy and paste. I think we have 3 different types of builds. That's 1, that's 2. So we can see a few of them there, and then we got 3 here. Oh, 3 and yeah, here. But they're all different colors. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I managed to get the different building blocks. But these trees, oh, I love these trees. It just ties everything together. Anyway, over this way we have, this is one of the statues that we came across in the movie, and it just seems to be a lumberjack standing on a piece of wood with his axe, and I think I got it. And for some reason the banners are working this way but not with letters and that, so I think it's something to do with the resource pack, because once you go into the normal version or any other version really, they show up. So but anyway, this turned out awesome. I really love this. I really love this statue, and I think I did really good considering we don't have a lot to work with. And of course we got the sheriff's office. I forgot what the sheriff was called in the town, but here is his little office, a little apartment I should say. And in one of the first scenes we see him putting up a sign saying open season in 3 days or something, but I thought let's just do open season. And inside just got a basic little rural sheriff department. This is kind of how I would think it would be, just a few little cells, waiting area, and his office, I guess you could say. So nothing too crazy there. And if we go right, that is a little surprise for later, but we got the parking lot, as well as where Shaw, the protagonist in the movie, has Elliot attached to his hood, and Boog helps him escape. And if you go down this lovely majestic path, this leads to Boog's, I guess kind of his area where they do acts and that. And so we got the crowd that sits down, and we got the big reveal. Nothing inside, unfortunately. I kind of didn't know what to do here, but we got an opening and it comes out roaring. This is fantastic. I loved how this turned out, and it connects so well with the environment around it. So I'll just show you how much we've done. It goes to about here, and then we've got to just add a bit more, but that's all we could do for the moment. And you can see I did a bit of weld edit with sand to kind of get it all in. But yeah, I think it does look really good, and I didn't really want to go too far with it and add in the whole forest where the whole movie was based around. I just wanted to do a bit of basics, and I didn't want to add in anything too crazy. But anyway, if you continue down this road, I know this isn't movie accurate, you could say, because Boog's house is all the way over there, so pretty much on the main road, but we just wanted to tie it in here. So I've made it to a 1:1 scale pretty much, and I tried to get as much detail in as possible, as you can see from snippets from the movie and stuff, but from what we have, I think we did pretty well. So as you go in, you got the garage, which is also Boog's living area. So we have a few mats and stuff down. So this is carpet, sorry I should say, but this is where he sleeps. You got his food and his water. You got a bit of, I guess, junk hanging around. So we have some firewood that's been tangled down. We got, of course, a lamppost or a lantern, and we got the window where Elliot was chucking bunnies at the it was Bunnies at the window to get Boog's attention, and that's actually how they became friends. We got a filing cabinet here, nothing too crazy. We got a door that leads to the main house. We never actually get to see what the main house looks like in the movie, from inside, I should say. But I think we did a pretty good job considering, because I wanted to try and keep that old kind of, I guess it's called rustic, no, more cabin feel. So this just leads down to the garage. We've got a basic kitchen, nothing too crazy. A little TV, because I doubt she would have a flat screen or anything. A nice couch, and of course just her bedroom. And I didn't really know what to add to that, but I think that turned out really cool. I'm really happy with how this entire town turned out, to be honest. Considering what we were working with, I had to work with images, and obviously I had the movie next to me and I had that playing just to see snippets of the town, but we don't get a whole view. We don't know what interior looks like, and sometimes I do miss spots, so I do apologize if I've missed something important. But I think for the best part, or for the most part I should say, we got it all kind of movie accurate, and that's what I was looking for. But in saying that, I think the town turned out amazing, and it just ties in so well with what we're doing with this mountain. So we've had the Regigigas kind of monument, and a little town, a little very medieval town around it, and we have put in a campsite, camping and resort site, and we've added in a rural town, and I think that pretty much ties it in. We've got a few factories on the other side with our honey factory and sawmills. There'll probably be more being added to it later, but for now, this town is complete. And in saying that, guys, I hope you all did enjoy today's episode. I had a lot of fun building this. This is why I've been away for so long, is because I've been working on these big builds, and because I don't showcase them till after I'm done, it can be quite difficult to get videos out quickly and early. But I'm hoping now we can do big builds and then do little builds at the same time. Then that way I can spend more time on the big builds but still post them, and then while I'm doing them I can do little builds, and that way I can get a video out to you guys. So I am back and I'm working on a lot more projects, and the next big project that I'm working on, and I'm about halfway through, is the Over the Hedge, and that is something that I've been looking forward to forever, because that was such a big part of my childhood. I used to play the video game all the time, but that's all for another episode, and I can't wait to see the finished project with you guys. But anyway, guys, I'll see you all in the next episode. Peace out.